Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. Truly excited to have Dr. Carnelius Gilder on with us. A great guy who been blessed and fortunate to achieve some really neat things. So excited to have him on and highlight him. So first, thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Thank you, Chip, man. I am excited to be here in your presence and in the presence of your loyal viewers, your faithful followers. I've considered myself honored whenever I got the email from you. So I'm glad to be here to share a little bit about my little story with my success and leadership and development and all of that. So I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir. It's a long time coming. We've been trying to get together for a minute. Let's go. Well, I know off air we talked a little bit about your journey and some of the things that you've been blessed and fortunate to achieve. But if you don't mind, share a little bit of that, with the audience so they have an idea of who you are and what it is you do.
Well, I think most people know me as now the superintendent of West Sabine ISD. That has really kind of been my claim to where we are, on social media. People know me from that platform, but we're no stranger to leadership. And so I've been gracious and grateful to be the superintendent of schools. And I've worked every level of school for the past 16 or 17 years. In school world, you got to kind of go back and calculate. But I'm glad to have worked to be where I am. I'm a product of hard work, but I'm in ministry at the church. I'm a civic leader here in our town. I chair several boards, the Early Learning Center, oh goodness, we don't even need to get into how many boards I chair, but if you come to the great city of Pineland, Texas, most people know to ask for me because I have dealings in whatever you're gonna do. So I'm glad to be here, man, and just be a part of this great conversation.
So good. Well, what are three things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Well, I thought about this question because I knew this one was coming. But for right now, I'm most proud of attaining this position that I'm in as the superintendent of schools, because I'll never forget I was asked 30 years ago when I was in the third grade by my teacher, Miss Chambers. She asked me, she said, what do you want to be when you grow up? We were doing some activity. I have no clue. Again, this was literally 30 years ago. I was 8 years old. And she asked, what did you want to be when you grow up? And so I answered her, and she didn't like my answer. And she said, what do you want to be? And I said, I don't know what I want to be. And she was like, you have no clue what you want to be when you grow up? I said, well, I know what I'm supposed to do. And even at that tender age, I knew that I was here to help people. And so I told her that. I said, I'm supposed to help people. And so with that being said, when I became a teacher, I found myself helping people. And then when I became a principal, I found myself helping even more people. But now, after these years, being as the superintendent, I finally feel that I'm in my niche and that I'm able to tap into various segments of community and of life and to touch households, across my region and now across the state. And so I consider that to be a great honor. But I think it all started whenever I was going into the ninth grade. And I tried out for the drum major of the band. And I made it. Surprisingly, nobody knew that I would make it. And I worked my butt off, but I was still unsure because, of course, there were upperclassmen. Again, I'm going into high school. Why should I be the leader of the band? And I think that that was my first big jump into leadership. And so
Hmm.
I still look back at that time. There were so many things that I learned over those 4 years and working particularly with the upperclassmen. But then as we came into power, the higher my grade level went up, the more leaders emerged and the more success we began to achieve. And so that was really my first taste of the blood, hey, we can do something with this, we're true leaders. And so, but then thirdly, I think that my proudest moment out of all of those is when I got my doctorate because I didn't see it coming. And I'd always been told by mentors that, hey, when you get your doctorate, that's when people begin to believe what you say. Your work will match your work ethic, the paper will match what you bring to the table. And I never really got that. But then again, as I just continued to listen to the voice and do what I'm supposed to do, I found myself applying, and the rest is history. So those are three that really stand out for me, that have really kind of trademarked this journey.
I love it. I love it. Well, just hearing you talk about uh, your journey and the things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
That's a good one. So when I think about success and I think about the definition for just through my lived experiences, I believe that success is the achievement of what is sought after. Um, I think that success is you can win things, you can achieve things, but it success is determined to me from the inside, from your core. It's who you are. It's achieving who you are. It's becoming into your true self. It's fighting that thing that blocks you each and every day from achieving your goals. It's that voice, even when you go back to when we were little and growing up and you had the little angel and the little devil on your shoulders. It's fighting that little devil off and listening to what that angel says and continuing to persist, through the hard times. And so I think it's that inner voice, listening to that and pushing through. And once you achieve that, it's a big thing because there's a level of peace that comes with that. And so but even more important than that, I think it's the achievement of each step getting there. So
Mm,
I think that every successful person will tell you that it's not overnight. And so there are landings that you must reach in order to get to the top floor. And as you make it to the up the first rung, that's a celebration. And then when you get to the next rung, that's an even bigger celebration. And so I think that success is a chain reaction of goal setting and goal achievement and goal attainment until you finally reach that pinnacle. And once you reach that pinnacle, wow, that's when the party really begins. And so that's I've tried to think about that, and for me that's really what it is, because it's a commitment, and it's the product, and it's the fruit of your commitment and your persistence.
I love that, the fruit of your commitment and persistence. And it's man, sometimes it can be tough, but I think a lot
Hmm.
of times when you're growing through those things, right? Uh, when you can think about on the other side of it, what fruit it bears, it allows you to push through that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I talk to my leaders about this, as sometimes you're the sole leader, especially when you're new to an organization or you're fighting through change. And in many cases, you're the only person that can see what the green grass looks like. And so, therefore, you have to fight through opposing mindsets. You have to fight through just so many obstacles because the people can't see it. And that's a gift, to be able to see what they cannot see and still fight through. And then the more and more the closer you get to that goal, the more people rally around you and that goal, because each rung they're able to get a little bit higher and see a little bit farther, and that picture just comes like a beautiful artwork. And once you're there, they forget about what it was like on the bottom steps. But but you can't forget it, because you're the one who helped lead that charge.
I love that. Well, as we close, I'd love for you to have an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all the amazing things you have going on.
Well, so the easiest way to get me is on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Carnell Gilder, CarnellGilder. Of course, you can find me on LinkedIn. I don't do a whole lot with Instagram, but those two places are really where you can get the meat and potatoes. A lot of times I just get on there and type what I'm thinking. So they're not really jewels. It's really more of an epiphany. But I think that, once you've been tried by the fire, that wisdom comes from there. So follow me on Twitter, follow me on LinkedIn. It's my name, Cornelius Gilder. And I always follow back. I always follow back.
Awesome. I love it. Well, again, I just want to say thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles. Truly appreciate it. And I wish you continued success.
Thank you, Chip. I appreciate you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the Lord's work. You're doing great things and exposing so many gems that are hidden out throughout our state and our country. And so thank you, and bless you on the work that you do. And I hope you have nothing but success and continued success and exponential growth and success in what you do.
I love it. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for the kind words. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Go get it.